I agree.
Like
Yeah.
I think what Capcom could do with CPT is you know how Tekken World Tour uses their locals as the point
Yes.
system as well. That's what
Dojos.
we
Yes.
need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
I love
dojos.
that.
It gives people incentive to come out.
I
Because
agree.
like yeah, it's like it's going to work towards getting. Everyone wants to get into CPT. Everyone wants to someone get into the money.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, you're totally right. Back to the match.
So if you want to get into the money, you better start coming out because not everyone's going to be able to go get into majors. But if you don't have majors, you're still going to have locals.
Yeah, and you should definitely be incentivizing people to want to go to like the staples, you know, in their surrounding communities, and like that. In all, like locals only help the economy of like a town or a city. It gets people out, you know, out on the town, you know, spending a little bit more cash. And I know not everybody has the money to go to locals every single week, but like,
Right.
you gotta start injecting some of this like incentive into the thing that got you to be able to have a sixth Street Fighter. You know,
Right,
like
exactly.
yeah, you can't forget about the Henry Sens of the world and stuff. You can't forget about the Alex Valles of the world. You know.
Yeah,
So,
like we have a lot of history. Like that's one thing for sure. Like I feel like there's a lot of people that come in here and like don't know the history of the FGC. Like you have to know your history.
Oh my god,
Like,
this guy is spitting bars right now. I can't stress enough how much like I really tell people like yo, I don't think you should be allowed to be in this community without A, doing some history homework, and B, running a bracket.
exactly.
You shouldn't have any say in the matter as to like what goes on in this community without doing those two things. I know a lot of people are just here for like a short time, a good time, but a lot of the people that are claiming to be here for a long time, I think you really need to like there needs to be some certifications around here. I'm not gonna hold you. You know, that sounds like some gatekeeping ass shit, but you know, maybe the Kill Sage was right.
Yeah, like that's why I love the content. Like Dipes, you know, he does his podcast.
Yeah.
And, you know, he gets everyone on there. He has Desmond on there. He has like he has like all these NBC legends on there. Like I love hearing stories like that. Like, because at the end of the day, everyone. Oh, you're dead.
You hit him? Oh, you hit him! Oh my god!
He didn't hit him
No
with that
shot.
shit.
What? Oh my god.
Damn, he did that mid-conversation. That was ridiculous.
Storm chasers, bro. Hey, Naji's crazy.
God
Nuts,
damn.
bro.
Yo, the movie Twister came out before you were born. What are you doing?
Bill Paxton, who?
He said, "Yo, drive into that shit. Just drive into it."
Drive into the storm, bro.
That was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like even like when it comes to Henry talking about his days when they traveled all the way to Japan, fight going up against Daigo and like the turbo days and everything. Like I love hearing stuff about stuff like that. Like
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's why like I'm really thinking about getting into like some like just documenting some of that stuff because like there's not enough of that stuff being told to like and being passed down because that I want to know the stories of like the new kids too. Like I want to know like what everybody's thinking about being locked up in discords now and like it has to start somewhere though. You have to start at the beginning. Like everybody wants to know the beginning of every origin story and like you can't move forward without knowing what happened before. You can wind up making the mistakes that our old asses made.
don't do that ever again.
Yeah. Well, and I think to yes and that a little bunch. Like you said, it sounds a little gatekeepy. I don't think it needs to be. I think it's all about where you're coming from, and I think there's something to be said about like if you truly love this community,
you would do the homework.
And right, because the homework helps you understand why it is the way it is, why we're so different from every other competitive game that is being played out there, and it's from that history that you get it. If you don't have that, you don't know.
Yeah, we're saving you the trouble of being like, hey, maybe we should lock our stream behind a paywall and charge them $8.95. You know, to see our content. And it's like, yo, dog, I know somebody that tried to do that shit, and it was horrible. There's ways to monetize this bitch, but like, you have to make sure that you have a product worth monetizing and putting behind a paywall before you do all that.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like there's lessons to like all of this.
Yes.
All this shit, you know.
Yes. I definitely like. I respect the idea of like, you know, making sure that we honor the past, just as long as we don't spite the new. You know what I mean?
At all.
There was because there's so much of that in the other game I played for so long, and none of that needs to happen because there's so many valuable lessons that you can take from what other people experience. There for the new generation, there are people who don't know that they've been in the community for like a decade, who